Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.
Taapsee, Kausar, so wonderful to see you guys. I hope both of you have got both your vaccines.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taapsee, I love you so much that I go out and interview your trainers also.
Ooh.
So I got Nushin Al Khadir, the former India cricketer who's helping you in Shabash Matru.
Oh, yes.
And she says that she's awestruck by your dedication. Now, my logical question is it something that comes instinctively because of your love for sport? I mean, it's not as though, don't get me wrong, I don't think you work any less hard to play a lawyer in Mulk or a homemaker in Thappad. But is the excitement higher when you play a sports person?
Yeah, it is. I have no problems in accepting that. I think Rashmi Rocket and Mitali's film are probably the hardest I've prepped for a film. I've not done this kind of hardcore preparation before for any of my films. Yeah, so I have little bias towards sports in life in general when it comes to just channel viewing to movie picking. That you can very well see in my filmography. बहुत कम sports मैंने छोड़े हैं ऐसा लग रहा है. So yeah, there is an inclination and I love to play sports is why I end up picking them up relatively faster from the expectation of my trainers. So I never picked up a bat before in my life until I did for Mitali in January. Last week of January this year, and they were pretty surprised with how I was very surprised with the way I picked it up because I'm not an ardent cricket viewer as well. I used to be during my school days, but then after the whole match fixing controversy and all, I stopped watching cricket because it was too personal for me at that point, and then this just like felt like a deceit. So I stopped watching it after that, and then this came into my life, and I had to start it all from the scratch because anyway I didn't have any knowledge of playing cricket. मतलब देख के सारे बोल देते हैं ये क्या शॉट मारा है, ये ऐसे तोड़ के रख के मार ये वो and all. But it's a different story when the bat is in your hand. It is, yeah. So I genuinely wanted to learn is why probably she would have felt that.
I'm going to make a subtle plug now because it's also the same channel, the same platform. So since you liked watching sports series, sports documentaries, I'm in one that's releasing tomorrow, which is the Leander Pace Mahesh Bhupathi story.
Oh, so yes, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
point.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
So I don't know if Ashwini and Nitesh have told you about it, but I'm there in most of the episodes. So please, you must watch and tell me.
All added reason to watch it. Added reason.
Thank you, Taapsee. Kausar, what cultural references did you have to get in the Boli? Is it Kutchi? Is it the Western Rajasthan belt? Let's talk about that when we start talking about the songs.
Yeah. So Kutch is where Rashmi hails from. So wo, so yeah. See, the thing was that one couldn't go too intensive with it. Varna thoda sa wo regional ho jata hai, thoda sa narrow ho jata hai. But still, one didn't want to be very kind of blasé about it and not give it that local feel and color and be authentic to the story and character. So that was the delicate balance which Amit Trivedi and I had to reach, him for the sound and me for the words. So a very simple case in point, when you do Ghani and Cool and you put them side by side, it kind of conveys the attitude of the girl and where she comes from and what she belongs. So she's rooted in her cultural and her local, lexicon, but she is kind of that way, international in what she does and how she thinks, most importantly. तो वो कहना कि गांव की लड़की है लेकिन उसकी जो सोच है वो that is postmodern, it's progressive, and so that is what even a seemingly item-esque number like Ghani Cool Chori is in its phraseology is telling you about the character and the world she inhabits.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. It's got all the pop culture references. I just absolutely loved it. Taapsee, talk to me about my dear teddy bear friend Akarsh Khurana. What do you think of him? How is it working with him?
Such a teddy bear, I tell you. It just makes it look very easy. Akash was like, wow, you've come to me with a film where you have to look your fittest. So just the biggest irony, he was like, for me to direct this film. So, but I was like, I really want someone to, make sure that the heart is at the right place. And no one better than, someone like Akash his first film itself, in the last film actually, Karwa, the heart is so important in a film. I was like, हाँ sports drama है इसके अंदर वो scale दिखेगा, that is more a technical thing to show and all, but it's so important that the heart of the film is at the right place, because it's not just about ये एकदम मतलब fist thumping वाला feel. It is beyond that. It is a human story. So we needed someone like him to do that, and then it just the most difficult prep, and then you end up doing it like a cakewalk, because he he just makes it look like it's so easy. I had to ask a lot of times कि are you sure you got it, because I was like कि पता नहीं मेरे को अच्छे से grill नहीं किया तुमने इस scene के अंदर, तो जब तक feel ही नहीं आ रही थी कि खत्म हो गया. He just got it. मैंने कहा पता नहीं यार, I hope I have done enough, because I prepped for this for months, और वो इतनी आसानी से इतनी जल्दी निकल गया. So it didn't feel like it was that hard. So all credit to Akash for that actually.
And did all the Khuranas come on to set? They're very interesting family. Dad, which is the great
Yeah.
Akash Khurana. Everybody, he's a jug daddy. Everybody calls him dad.
Akash Khurana. Thankfully, he was not my daddy in the film, but he is there in the film. He plays a very important role in the film, but he was not my daddy in the film.
Nice. There's also this is also, Kausar, a very interesting belt for musicians and singers.
Yes.
I mean, the Manganiyar community, the Meghwal community, it's all
Yes.
fascinating.
Yes.
And actually, I was just listening to the soundtrack. He's used Swaroop Khan. He's used
Absolutely,
one of those, Meghwal kind of singers.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, please.
I really wish Amit was here to kind of, tell you about this. But of course, he couldn't be here because of an emergency. But see, this is again the beauty, I think, of Amit. He stays, he tries to stay authentic to the world of the script and the characters. लेकिन ये भी है कि वो जितनी दूर जा सकता है म्यूजिक जाना चाहिए. So he kind of, I think, designed the music in such a way that it is popular, but it uses the instrumentation, it uses the singers, it uses the texture. वो जो एक texture है, वो है Kutch का और राजस्थान का, and Swaroop Khan has done a marvelous job in that song Ran Ma Kutch, and he's recorded live instruments. So that is, which is all the folk traditional instruments. I don't even know the half of the names, because he's literally found out people and brought them to the studio, or if that wasn't possible, he's had them play and send it across. तो ये सब बहुत प्यार से और मजे से हुआ है. तो ये ऑथेंटिसिटी भी बरकरार रहे, लेकिन लोगों को मजा भी आए, और भाई नाचना भी हो, और दशहरा भी है, और नवरात्रा भी है, तो उसका भी एक ख्याल रखा गया है, क्योंकि it belongs indigenously to the world of the film. ये नहीं कि हमने जबरदस्ती घुसा दिया.
Nice. So the writers of the film are very interesting, Taapsee. Kanika Dhillon's work, she wrote your Manmarziyan, she was in Haseen Dilruba, she's co-written the screenplay and dialogues. She's got movie star good looks. So talk to me about Kanika.
Yeah, she has been there in my filmography lately quite often, and in the future also, she will be. I think with Kanika, whenever there is something which is not conventional, which will attract like raised eyebrows, is what I have started associating with her writing. And I think जब वो raised eyebrows वाले characters होते हैं, तो वो end में उसको मेरे पास ही आना पड़ता है, because she has to, and it come to me eventually, because half the industry probably rejects it, saying that this is, I'm not sure it will portray me in the right light. So like she always comes back with I know there's one person who doesn't care about that light, so that is me. So I think that is where we know that we have each other's back at the end of the day. She's got the same kind of energy and feistiness that I feel I end up showcasing at times when I'm pushed to the wall. So that kind of connects us at multiple levels.
Kausar, Zid is a motivational song, but there are so many motivational songs that are floating around, and obviously there is pressure on lyric writers to try and keep it different.
Yeah.
What do you try and avoid? What do you try and avoid when you sit down to write a motivational song?
It's difficult to kind of even pinpoint what to avoid and what not to, what to put in, because you're quite right. Okay, there's been a spate of, say, war films or sports films, and वो एक kind of a naturally a motivational / inspiration situation comes into the fore. But I try to avoid references, because if you come from that final countdown space or the chuck base space, it's a trap. And I like to, so that is one thing I avoid doing. I avoid kind of sticking to references, and I try to find my idiom and find my voice within the world of the film, within the script. And if the director and the writer helps you, the writer, the screenwriter, wonderful. लेकिन वो जो है ना कि भाई हमको चकदे वाला गाना चाहिए, हमको फाइनल काउंटडाउन चाहिए, हमको you know chariots of fire चाहिए, that's where you've lost me. So I try to avoid the being trapped in platitudes and cliches.
Very well answered. Very well answered. So Taapsee, you got your varicose veins removed 6 weeks before you started training. So, I mean, that's like Rafael Nadal coming back from knee surgery to win the French Open. I mean, tell me how you managed that.
You are really? What Vyomkesh Bakshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's like, it is fascinating, man. I mean, I'm sure it must have been painful, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, I had varicose veins for a few years actually. And I was obviously avoiding it because it was not painful at that. For me, it was not painful as yet till that point. So I was like, "Theek hai, chal raha hai." It looks really ugly when your leg is exposed because those veins are literally popping out. But I was like, okay, fine, I'll wear socks and all whenever I have to work out, and it will be fine because you're not supposed to put too much of pressure. I mean, not do a lot of standing job, which I can't avoid, and you shouldn't do a lot of athletic things. If you have to wear that specific socks. So it's working with that for years and avoiding it until this film came where I knew that I have to do some really hardcore workout. Now I can't really take risks because if it becomes worse, I don't want the system to crash inside. So let's just get it operated. So I think I remember the date also, November 16th in 2019. I got my varicose operated in Delhi. And it is just a 24-hour thing, like where you just go in a night before and the next day morning they operate you, and it's a full body anesthesia. So you come out of the anesthesia effect in a few minutes or hours or so. And then by the evening you can go back home, but there's a huge bandage that you go back with. And you take a few weeks to get rid of that big sock that you have to, that whole socks kind of a thing that you have to put on your calf. So I had that for a few weeks, and they told me that you can start working out after 6 weeks. Like you can start walking immediately. You can start doing your standing job and all that in 10 days. You can start swimming and all after say 2-3 weeks, but your whole workout and running the hardcore stuff, you have to wait for 6 weeks. So I exactly put that date, I back calculated that date, and I got my surgery done in such a way that I had only 6 weeks from the surgery till the first time I go to work out for this. And the 1st of January, I started working out. So I went to the gym and with the socks for a few weeks because I had to put those socks on for some time while I work out so the veins get used to the pressure. And then I removed it closer to I think around March and all, I got rid of them. So it's been fine.
Wow,
so,
I want to say something here.
It's amazing, no? Yeah.
I want to say something to both of you. First of all, well done on your research. And, well
but I love her. I keep track of everything.
Whatever it is, but great, Second of all, training was hard enough. Taapsee, you come from this background. Up to another level of respect. It's just too good.
Oh, thank you.
See, अब मैं गाना लिख देती हूँ inspirational, अपने आप आ जाएगा.
हाँ भी एक गाना लिख के रख लो, अगली वाली पिक्चर में यूज कर लूंगी.
Correct.
And I have one more question for you, Rishi. Sorry, I am reversing.
You're turning the tables.
Yeah. You and your brother are sage bhai ho aap do.
Oh my God, Taapsee asks me this question every time.
Really?
Taapsee asks me this question every time. I have an explanation for it, which is, my dad pe kya hai, mummy pe kya hai. But Taapsee is not buying that explanation.
No, I'm not. It's just too unreal.
So good, at least you guys are entertained. I remember, Kausar, speaking to Trivedi and you during Gunjan Saxena, and you said that you guys were buddies, you used to hang out together. irrespective of work or not, just spend time with each other, which is great. But here's my question. So many years of working with each other, how do you push him to get the best out of him, and how does he push you to get the best out of you? I mean, are you in a position where you can just turn around and say, listen, this is crap. I mean, what is this you've made? And vice versa. I mean, him turning around and saying, kya likha hai yaar?
वो हम कर सकते हैं, और उसका मैं ज्यादा क्रेडिट अमित को दूंगी क्योंकि his personality is such ना, he's actually a very, I say this with full thought, he's a very pure sort of a character, and especially when it comes to work. तो उसमें वो छल कपट नहीं है, वो सीधे देख के बोल देगा मजा नहीं आया, ये अच्छा नहीं लगा, वो सामने देखेगा नहीं कौन है, it could be a superstar, it could be the prime minister, it could be his best friend, he has no filters, not in the sense that he's rude or he's disrespectful. He's starkly honest and in a proper way, which pushes you and you feel कि अच्छा मैं फिर कुछ और करके लाती हूँ, I'll approach it a different way, and then he allows you the same, he affords you kind of the same, to treat his work the same way. So in that sense it makes it very easy. और इन सब जब कोई आपको फीडबैक देता है ना, उसमें एक दो चीजें मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती हैं. एक तो आपको खुद को नॉलेज है कि नहीं कि आप फीडबैक दे रहे हो, दूसरा नियत, intention is most important,
not to put somebody down, but to give constructive criticism.
Yes. Correct. And to make everything better, then there is no problem. Otherwise, if somebody is trying to be clever or be heard, then or justify their salary, that's a no-go.
Taapsee Kasbekar is such a badmash, and I can say that because he's a friend. He's already put out a post saying, thank you very much for training for my film Loop Lapeta in advance and things like that. But here's my question. Was there any point that happened when you had a mountain to climb during Rashmi Rocket? I mean, I don't mean like a fever, cold, cough. So you get done with your varicose veins, you come in, you start training, and suddenly you start filming. Was there something that you said, oh my God, what is this mountain? How am I going to climb it?
Mountains.
Yeah, I had that moment, one very scary moment when we started shooting. I had trained for like 2-3 months before first lockdown, and I resumed training after that 5 months of lockdown, 2 months of training, and then got into the shoot in November. Now what happened is, though my body was physically looking wise ready, but because of the lockdown, I did not really train that much on track. And when I resumed the lockdown also, the grounds were not really open for me to train. I could use gyms because, you'll be alone in the gym and you can do that. I was in Rajasthan at that time shooting. The Rajasthan was pretty much open. But I didn't find tracks to train. So I was not rehearsed or practiced well. I didn't practice that well enough when I went on the track in November. And impetus aisa hota hai, you want to you're like, okay, this is my favorite thing to run, and I've always loved running, and I was sprinting there, one take after the other, different angle, and very gladly, without realizing that, wait, your body needs to recover after one take. It is not your regular park run that you are just, going at it. So for 3 days back to back, when we started the track shots, I was running for like 2-3 takes back to back without any, without much break in between, without the recovery of muscles. By the third day, my muscles gave up. So by the third day, my quad muscles tightened up so much that I was in immense pain. I had to stop immediately, so much so that I couldn't walk lifting my leg. Like my quads couldn't even lift my leg to walk. It was that hard. Then my trainers and all were like, we were telling you to relax, take a breather in between. But, I was like, okay, time waste ho raha hai. There's a whole unit waiting for you to shoot and all. You can't take that much of time in between shots. And I used to be like, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Let's go for it. Kept building over days. And by the third day when this happened, everyone was in a shock. Like I was scared because I was like, forget about running. I'm not able to walk. Everyone was scared because we were right in between of a schedule. We are yet to shoot our major race sequences. And if I'm injured, and God knows how much time it's going to take to recover. So that was a big scare call that happened that time. And I had to go in for some rigorous aqua training, aqua recovery, and a lot of these physiotherapy sessions, some specific type of training. So in a nutshell, what I did was, I unlearned the pattern of running that I had learned before and learned a new pattern of running,
Wow.
which will use a different kind of muscle or different strategy of running. So that particular muscle is not strained too much, which is tightened. So I had to unlearn and relearn within 4 weeks, because after 4 weeks I had to record my international races there. And I was like, there is no option. There is no option of not being able to do it or postponing it. There is no option. So I just refused to see the other side, that आराम से करते हैं या फिर मतलब we'll delay it. I had to do it. So then when we finished it, but I'm glad that none of us gave up. Actually, my trainers were more confident than I was. I was very scared. My trainers were like, no, we've seen you. We know that you'll be able to do it. They were very confident. I was totally going by their confidence. And then my timing actually got better by 0.2 seconds from when I was what I was before. So because of that whole pattern change of running, it kind of helped me to increase my speed. So that when I saw that timing on the clock when I was training just a few days before the final shoot, is when I got that confidence finally that, yeah, you know, it will not be bad. But wo hota tha, the moment I used to be on a start block and I'm about to take off, I used to say my prayers, because I did not know ke finish line tak when I cross, which muscle will start hurting. That fear, I had developed that fear in my mind.
That is fascinating. My last question. Sorry, Kaustubh, you're saying? Huh?
हमारी इस फिल्म में गाना है, it's called जिद. उसमें एक लाइन है,
We just talked about it.
पग पग रोड़े डाले रास्ता, ठोकर दे के भागे रास्ता, भाग के जाएगा तू कहाँ बे, अब मैं पीछे पड़ गई हूँ. So that is
Yeah, so
that is
that actually is. So मतलब वो कुछ telepathy के जैसे कौसर ने जैसे भी लिखा हो, it totally goes like hand in glove for my situation in the film.
My last question is to you, Taapsee. I mean, I see these pictures of Chotu Taapsee when you were a kid on the podium and winning and this and that. I mean, all these sports trainers and physiotherapists always talk about muscle memory and things like that. हम भी बचपन में खेलते थे tennis, and now when I get on the court with all my weight, there's nothing that I manage. But
इतना gap.
that's my question to you. I mean, that's my question to you. I mean, when you were a kid, it's obvious you're a good sprinter, you're winning prizes. Is there something known as muscle memory, or is it just something that looks nice for sports and people and physios to say?
No, it is. There definitely is muscle memory. I can vouch for that. But that memory doesn't stand the test of time.
True.
Yeah, it is not like you're going to, for years and decades, you're not exercising that memory and suddenly you want that memory to come to you. No, there's no such miracle.
Well said. And my last question to you, Kausar, is Ranma Kutch. It's just, to me, the run of Kutch itself is so interesting. I mean, there's a salt pan, marshland, it's dry, it's arid, and there's so much of color. The people are so colorful.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice way to sign off this interview. Tell me about that song and writing it.
That's my favorite song, by the way.
It is
Beautiful.
favorite song.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you. It's again, you know, we took the lead from Amit. He kind of laid down the music for it first. And for me, I mean, the wordplay was right there. Run and Ranma Kutch and running in the Kutch, on the run of Kutch. So it was, I had a field day with it, so to speak, a field and track day. But apart from that, it also gave me the opportunity to talk a little bit about the cultural colorfulness of our nation as a whole, you know. So, Rang Biranga Des. Mera, you know, so that is kind of give my own take on it. So I thank you. I really appreciate it when people are taking the time to actually listen to what it's saying.
Lovely. Thank you, ladies. Taapsee, lots of virtual hugs. See you soon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Back to you also.
Bye, Kausar. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.